explosions, espionage, and extraterrestrial encounters. The year 2025 is bringing all the action to your screen in all the ways possible. From long-awaited franchise finales to surprise animated stunners, this year has already brought some great action hits with a lot of thrill. So let's jump into the chaos and take a look at the best action movies 2025 has offered us so far. Do let us know if you had some other movie in mind, and don't forget to subscribe. The Accountant 2.
These ideas in your head, good for you. Let's get ourselves killed.
With Ben Affleck reprising his role, The Accountant 2 blends the first movie's cerebral combat and high-stakes tension. Gavin O'Connor has directed this sequel like he did for the first one. Starring Jon Bernthal as the antagonist, this sequel delivers more than what the first movie had. In the first film, we have seen Affleck's character, Christian Wolff, as a mathematically gifted forensic accountant. But more than that, he was a covert assassin. He exposed major fraud and defeated corrupt officials, and now 4 years later, he's back into action.
I work for a government agency. I don't torture people.
You didn't.
In this sequel, Christian gets involved in a deadly conspiracy that includes financial warfare, deep cover espionage, and deadly syndicates. He and his partner Jodie Comer face off against Jon Bernthal, a feared enforcer. The film has earned appreciation for being as tighter and more introspective than its predecessor, with Affleck's layered return. Warfare.
Roger that. Stand by. Going hot.
You gotta get ready, man. It's gonna hurt.
On my count. 1, 2.
In Warfare, real-time chaos becomes a character of the movie. Based on the director, Navy SEAL Ray Mendoza's harrowing 2006 Ramadi mission, the film captures the raw brutality of war. Through an immersive 95-minute, this A24 release premiered on April 11th. Co-directed by Alex Garland, known for Civil War and Ex Machina, the film cast Defero Wunatai as Mendoza, along with Will Poulter, Cosmo Jarvis, Kit Connor, and Joseph Quinn.
Multiple bad guys trying to get to our position.
Inbound! Inbound! March over! 1 minute out!
The story begins when a small unit of Navy SEALs, led by Mendoza, receives a routine briefing about extracting a comrade. Though it was supposed to be a quick mission, the enemy turns into a nightmare. We follow Defero Wunatai's Mendoza through hellish convoy ambushes, close-quarters firefights, and desperate calls for backup across dusty alleys. Warfare is a must-watch for those who love raw sound design and authenticity. The Amateur.
This ends here.
Recognize her?
In The Amateur, we see Charlie Heller, played by Rami Malek, standing amid broken glass in a dingy surveillance room, ice-cold rage burning in his eyes. His wife was killed in a bombing claimed by a shadowy terrorist group, and the CIA has done nothing, so Charlie decides to do something himself. James Hawes directs this methodical thriller where Charlie volunteers for a covert counter-terrorist program, training in mind-altering techniques in combat.
Right person.
Soon he becomes a ghost, slipping through Paris's labyrinthine streets, cracking codes over phone lines, interrogating suspects in Istanbul back alleys and whatnot. Each step deeper into this world removes a layer of his humanity, but brings him closer to closure. Critically, the film is applauded for its cerebral approach that sacrifices emotional warmth. Fans call it clean, efficient, and haunting, which brings a purist spy experience. Den of Thieves 2, Pantera.
2, 1.
Without anyone even knowing I was there.
Big Nick is back, and this time he's hunting diamonds, not bank robbers. In Den of Thieves 2, Pantera, Gerard Butler reprises his role as the LAPD cop, now chasing his old rival Donnie, played again by O'Shea Jackson Jr. The action shifts to Antwerp, Belgium, where Donnie is caught up in a high-stakes heist involving a criminal group known as the Panthers, loosely inspired by the real-life Pink Panther gang.
These streets, they're different. And if a mistake is made,
Directed once again by Christian Gudegast, the film trades LA shootouts for sleek European set pieces. We can see more tactical infiltration and less urban grit. Nick tracks Donnie across clubs, ports, and diamond markets while both battling with betrayals. The line between cop and criminal begins to blur as the film moves forward. The central heist is tighter and more stylish than in the first film, with slick cinematography and smart pacing, leading up to a double-cross finale. A Working Man.
For a girl.
I'm not stopping until I bring her home.
That's for slapping that woman.
That woman was my wife.
Levon Cade just wanted a quiet life, a steady job, a clean record, and time to raise his daughter. But peace doesn't last long in A Working Man, where Jason Statham's character is a reformed black ops specialist turned construction worker, Levon. His past catches up with him when the daughter of his foreman is abducted. Directed by David Ayer, the film leans into grounded, gritty action with emotional weight.
For this much.
Levon follows the trail of a human trafficking ring across Alabama and into Eastern Europe as the story builds momentum through tense standoffs and brutal fight choreography. Michael Pena, David Harbour, and Emmy Raver Lampman round out the cast with solid performances that balance Statham's stoic intensity. The movie is a solid throwback action thriller, and the fans will love the character-driven approach. Havoc. What do you do when a cartel heist goes wrong? The story of Havoc opens with such an event. Directed and written by the mastermind behind The Raid and the Gangs of London, Havoc is a brutal dive into the cruel depths of corruption and loyalty. Starring Tom Hardy as Patrick Walker, the movie is set in Beaumont. Desperate for the return of his lost son, Walker gets heads into the criminal underworld. He fights through rain-soaked streets, brutal ambushes, and betrayals by unexpected allies. The violent climax includes a chaotic shootout in a fishing shack and nightclub assault.
What brings you boys here? We didn't want to miss out on all the fun.
Critics have praised Gareth Evans' direction and punch-to-the-face aesthetic. Fans loved the movie for its mind-blowing choreography and relentless pace. The cast includes Jessie Mai Lee, who acts as Hardy's rookie partner, Ellie. The movie also stars heavyweights like Forrest Whitaker, Timothy Olyphant, Justin Cornwell, and Luis Guzman. Novocaine.
You can still die. You're not Wolverine. You understand pain?
Novocaine is an energetic, action-packed thriller directed by Dan Burke and Robert Olson. The film presents pain and also the absence of it as a weapon. The story follows Nimrod Nim Crane, played by Jack Quaid, a man born without the ability to feel physical pain. Nim's girlfriend Robin is played by Amber Midthunder, who gets involved in a desperate bank robbery that takes a serious toll on her psychology.
We haven't necessarily put a label on anything yet.
Who the hell is this guy?
Last chance. Tell me where she is.
As Nim helps her traumatized girlfriend to recover, they discover a hidden gallery where they find an underground syndicate performing extreme heist. They use other pain-proof operatives, people who don't feel pain, just like Nim. With most of the action set in claustrophobic tunnels beneath the city, Novocaine heightens tension through visceral fight scenes and paranoid pacing. The film has earned appreciation for its originality and Quaid's performance. Ballerina.
How do I start doing what you do?
In Ballerina, Ana de Armas stars as Eve, a young woman trained in a secret aerial arts academy that doubles as an assassin's school. Under the watchful eye of her mentor, Eve learns precision, stealth, and deadly grace. When her sister is abducted, Eve takes center stage in a cat-and-mouse chase across Europe. With climactic scenes in empty theaters and gothic opera houses, her fight choreography seamlessly blends action with haunting beauty and violence. The emotional core comes from Eve's struggle to reconcile her lethal skills with her longing for ordinary connections. Directed by Len Wiseman, Ballerina has earned praise for its stylistic visuals and de Armas's compelling lead turn. The film's sleek aesthetics has earned appreciation as it precisely blends the action with the narrative. Back in action.
Cable broken? Is that why you boomers are out this late?
Boomers?
Yes, Karen. Boomers.
Directed by Seth Gordon, Back in Action tells the story of a school-run dad who is actually a deep-cover spy. Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz play the roles of Matt and Emily, seemingly normal parents forced back into CIA life when their cover is blown. Their teenage twins are caught in the crossfire as espionage collides with PTA drama.
This is bad.
Right. I was just checking.
The film mixes action and family comedy, where you will see car chases during soccer drop-off, makeshift interrogations in the kitchen, and explosive stunts in domestic settings. Supporting roles from Andrew Scott and Kyle Chandler add depth and politics to the family spy equation. The film sometimes will feel like two genres blended together, while viewers will love the chemistry between Fox and Diaz. Sinners. Sinners, Michael B. Jordan plays dual roles as twin brothers, Smoke and Stack. The brothers return home after World War I to open a juke joint in the Mississippi Delta, where horror knocks in the form of a vampiric threat. Directed by Ryan Coogler, the film blends supernatural and racial tensions as the brothers confront a decadent vampire cult, which is seeking to capitalize on Black creativity. The film mixes midnight exorcisms with blood-drenched musical performances. The tension rises to its peak when Smoke battles his temptations to protect his culture. Sinners is lauded as a genre-defying film with a haunting soundtrack, as the fans enjoyed its fearless mix of horror, history, and music. Predator, Killer of Killers.
Together!
Here we go.
Fresh from the mind behind Prey, Dan Trachtenberg takes the Predator franchise into an entirely new territory with Predator, Killer of Killers. This one is a stylized animated anthology released on June 6, 2025. Spanning 90 minutes, the film builds the story into 3 brutal showdowns across time. The 3 stories feature a Viking shield maiden and her son, feudal-era samurai brothers, and a World War II pilot, each hunted by a Yautja in tense, visceral combat. Ultimately, all 3 stories combine into one, named The Battle, where the 3 warriors from 3 stories face their common enemy.
There's only one way to kill it. We must.
The animation blends influences from Akira and Arcane. It stands as dramatically bold and bloody, thanks to the Third Floor's visual magic. The film's kinetic animation and elegant fight staging has earned great appreciation. Trachtenberg's use of Unreal Engine and animation allowed real-time editing of Predator movements, lending uncanny realism to the frame-by-frame violence. Mission: Impossible: The Final Reckoning.
I have no regrets. Neither should you.
Mission: Impossible: The Final Reckoning features Ethan Hunt's last dance. The film is a sequel to Mission: Impossible: Dead Reckoning, Part 1 and the 8th and last production of the franchise. The film is set after 2 months of Death Reckoning, where Hunt retrieved the key to the source code of the AI named Entity. Final Reckoning begins with a call from the US president, who informs Hunt that Entity is still seizing control of global nuclear systems. As the film moves forward, Ethan Hunt's mission to bring Entity under control gets tougher and tougher. Directed once more by series veteran Christopher McQuarrie, the film brings back Tom Cruise in the role of Ethan Hunt. The cast also includes Haley Atwell, Simon Pegg, Ving Rhames, and Daniel Dae Kim. As a Mission Impossible film, it has breathtaking stunts, especially Cruise's Halo dive. Beyond all the action, this film has an emotional core that asks if it is too late for Ethan to finally save the world.